Is it important that we even indulge those kinds of debates? Isn't it important that anybody actually cares enough to raise the question of whether something is legal? Because if it passes completely from the dialogue in the aftermath of something like this, then we're really sort of completely outside the zone of any concern
Yeah.
for law. Or is it healthy that we don't bother with it so that we can stay focused on the political struggle, which you think is really the material concern?
I'm not saying people shouldn't make legal arguments. I
Right.
mean, the law is the language through which we criticize presidential uses of war powers. That's just the natural language that we use. And people tend not to get down into the weeds the way I do in terms of, and the way others do. I'm not saying I'm the only one, down into the weeds of what these opinions say, what the historical practice is, what the contestation about the founding was. I'm not saying people shouldn't make the argument. I'm just saying that I'm not sure, I'm just not sure what purpose it serves. There's not going to be judicial review. And there's the president has his precedents. The legal rhetoric, if it's relevant, it's relevant for influencing the politics, I think. And there are occasions when Congress rises up. I mean, they came very close. It was by a split vote. Congress almost denied Clinton. It was a tie vote, the authority to continue the war in Kosovo. And as I say, they've pushed back in other contexts. So I'm not saying that people should not argue in the language of the law. They can argue in whatever means they want. And sometimes I suppose that this legal rhetoric can be useful to the politics. The point is that, frankly, it's the politics that are going to matter in checking the president. It's the politics of what the president thinks he can get away with, the politics of how this is going to play out, owning Venezuela, the politics of whether there's going to be pushback in Congress, the politics of whether Congress can get his act together to do anything.